I really got a treat for you guys this week. I'm really excited to share with you Captain Sisay Paradox Engine combo. There's a lot of ways to build Sisay, but I chose to go the combo route. And as always, the link to the deck list is in the video description, and I'm thinking of doing a deck tech soon to fully explain and flesh out the combo in more detail. My opponent is running Queen Marchesa, one of the top tier control decks in the format. It runs a ton of removal and interaction, discard, and it can take out any permanent with cards like Council's Judgment, Oblivion Ring, and that sort of thing, not to mention Wrath and 1-for-1 removal. So tough match, but I think you'll really enjoy this match here. Okay, I'm on the play, and this is a really tough matchup, so I'm going to need some help from my opening hand to have a shot here. But luckily, my first hand is pretty great. I got Mother of Runes to protect any future creatures I play, so I play that on turn 1. This is a great card against Marchesa because that deck is chock full with 1-for-1 removal, so Mother of Runes can effectively stop at least one of those. He plays Duress on his first turn and takes my Earthcraft, but I still have 2 Hate Bears here, and I choose to play Gaddock Teague turn 2 because I just feel like this card is more effective against Marchesa, with obviously that deck runs a lot of Wraths and stuff like that, so not a lot of instant speed stuff necessarily that I have to worry about, so run that out, and I draw a Voyaging Satyr, which is pretty nice because I need at least one such Mana Dork or Mana Rock to go off with Paradox Engine, so I have that kind of in the bag. Past the turn, he plays Queen Marchesa on his third turn and gets the Monarch, but does not attack. So I crack for a Temple Garden, draw Hope of Girapur, but then play Captain Sisay. So I'm all set up to start going off, as long as I get this Gaddock Teague out of the way, because I can't actually play Paradox Engine while Gaddock Teague is in play. But he plays the Ready Ingenious Iconoclast. Don't know whether Gaddock Teague prevented a Wrath from happening, but I like to think he did. I attack with my Gaddock Teague to kind of bait him into blocking, which he does. So now I'm actually, I'm super glad he blocked, because now I can go off with Paradox Engine here. This is super powerful card. Basically, if I have this card and another spell to cast in the same turn, I guarantee that I can combo off, which I do. I have Hope of Girapur. Luckily, just enough mana to play this, so it doesn't matter what spell it is to first get this chain rolling, but Hope of Girapur is a nice one because it counts as an artifact. Now I untap a land with Voyaging Satyr, and then I get this Mox Opal. So now I have Metalcraft once I play this, and this card is a key component to comboing off because you can guarantee to get it because it's legendary with Sisay, and it's 0 mana, so you can kind of net mana the turn you play it. All right, so now I have enough mana to search for Seaton, Krosan Protector. Another kind of really nice card in the chain because its ability does not require having haste to use. And my opponent kind of sees the writing on the wall there and concedes. But the actual kill is either Aetherflux Reservoir storming off or Blasting Station Loop with Hope of Girapur and Bow of Nylea. All right, game 2, he's on the play, and I keep this hand. It's a good hand. I got a good mix of lands and spells, even though they're kind of low power. He plays Inquisition and takes my birds. I get to still play a Mana Dork in turn 1 in the form of Avacyn's Pilgrim. Not quite as good as Birds of Paradise, but not a slouch either. And I draw Bloom Tender, so I have potentially a lot of mana in the Mana Dork mana. So I play that on my turn 2, keeping up Pendelhaven in case I need to pump one of my 1/1s. He has Ancient Tomb into Rakdos Signet, but just says go after that. I draw Bow of Nylea, which is a bad draw, but now I have enough mana to play Captain Sisay. Don't have any rule protection up, but I see now he plays a Wrath, which is really bad for me. So the best I can do now in response is play Path to Exile on my own Avacyn's Pilgrim, which will expedite me playing Sisay again. I draw Hokori, but do not play it because he has a Mana Rock and I don't have anything else. So I just play this Bow of Nylea, even though it's really kind of poor in this current board. And then he just kicks me when I'm down here with this Blightning. So I lose my entire hand and take 3 for good measure, but gain 3 back with Bow of Nylea at the end of his turn. So now I'm just like hoping to draw 6 lands so I can try to replay Sisay and have any shot. But I play Earthcraft, very, very bad card to draw again here in this particular board because I was just wearing my resources completely out. All right, Queen Marchesa comes down for my opponent, and this time cracks in for 3. In addition to getting the Monarch, I gain 3 back with Bow, but I'm down to 1 card in hand versus his 5. So if this Sisay does not stick, I'm in a lot of trouble. But I give it a shot, and like I expected, he has a removal spell for Sisay. So I just concede there because there's no way I'm going to beat him drawing 2 cards a turn and having 5 cards in hand of my 0. So I'll see if we can do better game 3. Opening hand looks amazing if I just had a green source, but I do not. Shaper Sanctuary is one of the best cards against a deck like Marchesa. This hand looks a bit better. It's going to need some help. It's a little low on mana. Oh, I see Avacyn's Pilgrim, which I scryed at the top. So I've got to make sure to not use my fetch land to shuffle that away. So instead I go Plains into Benevolent Bodyguard, which is a nice protection for Sisay or whatever else I need. All right, so this time I have the mana to play this Avacyn's Pilgrim, attack for 1 with the Bodyguard, say go. On his turn 2, he plays Mana Rock, which he seems to have a lot of. I draw a nice card in the form of Selfless Spirit, take out his Mind Stone and play that. Selfless Spirit, now I have protection against Wraths and spot removal with Benevolent Bodyguard, so I'm feeling pretty good. Unless he has Toxic Deluge, that would be really bad for me. Oh, he just has Hero's Downfall. He's trying to mana screw me. I use my Benevolent Bodyguard to save the Avacyn's Pilgrim, which he's targeting with Hero's Downfall, because I really need that mana to have a shot here. All right, I draw Sylvan Caryatid, which is not quite as good as a land, because I could have played Sisay, but not terrible either. It is a mana source after all. The best he can do now is play Queen Marchesa, which is pretty good. He's going to get the Monarch and deal me 3 damage. I draw Hokori Dust Drinker on my turn, so now I feel like I was going to play Sisay, but this is even better because now this is a Winter Orb on a stick, and he's tapped out, so he's only going to get 1 mana back. And I actually got the Monarch from him, so we're kind of, I got the Monarch from him. He gets to make an Assassin. Got a cool little token there, Death Touch Haste, 1/1. Every turn, I have the Monarch on his upkeep. He gets that. All right, I get to untap a land. I draw the Paradox Engine, so I have a lot of powerful cards in my hand. It's just a matter of sequencing them now. I play the Earthcraft. I don't have enough to play Sisay herself, but this Earthcraft is going to let me, it's going to play really well with my Hokori. So he kind of sees that, and he goes Fragmentize, targeting my Earthcraft, and I do not want this to get blown up. So I untap my basic land with Hokori, and then I play Heroic Intervention to effectively counter that Fragmentize by making all my permanents hexproof and indestructible. Unfortunately, I don't have a blocker then, but I'm still feeling pretty good. I'm really leveraging this Hokori pretty well, I feel. All right. Now I have enough mana to play Captain Sisay after I steal the Monarch. So I get Sisay back into play here, making sure to tap as few lands as possible. And then I play Risk the Redeemed. And the reason I play this now is I want to preserve my life total. So that's basically just a chump blocker that can it can also untap a land too on its way out. All right, he has 3 Assassins now at this point, and I'm at 7. So I'm a little worried about my life total. I chump block Queen Marchesa when it attacks, and then use Earthcraft to untap a basic land. And then he plays Solemn Simulacrum, which is really not a very effective card right now when I have Hokori still in play, but I'm not complaining. I feel like actually really happy that he played that. All right, untap a basic land with Sisay at the end of turn with Earthcraft. Now I have all my lands untapped and everything I need to go off. So I just keep floating mana with Earthcraft and play this Paradox Engine, which I just have drawn naturally. So now it's makes it really easy. I can just go for the Mox Opal immediately, untap everything, play the Mox Opal, and then just keep generating mana out the wazoo with Earthcraft and my Mana Dorks. And the next step is just to get another artifact to get Metalcraft for Mox Opal, which I do. Now Mox Opal can tap for mana, and I can really start to go off even faster. The card I would want to get next year is Reiki, History of Kamigawa. That lets me draw a card whenever I play a legendary permanent. But I don't even get to play that out because he concedes right then and there. Well, I hope you guys enjoyed this showcasing of Captain Sisay Paradox combo. There's a few ways you can build the deck. You can go Planeswalker Control or Hate Bears. Let me know in the comments what you think the best build of the deck is, or any other commander you'd like to see me feature on this channel. I'm really curious to hear your thoughts about that. You really make my day if you click that little subscribe button, and you'll get a handy little update every week when I release a new Duel Commander video. Thanks for watching, guys.